Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Listen, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. You guys know, just hit it. The sooner you hit it, the better, all right? I want to thank you guys for rolling with me. Let's get right into it. I just want to talk about, I'm here in Studio C, but it was something that's really strong on my mind that I didn't want to wait until tomorrow. So yesterday was an interesting day. And I made a post in my community tab saying that I don't trust this market. And I still don't trust this market. And here's why. I know a lot of you guys lost money. Even though it was a green day, I know a lot of you guys lost money. Why? And it was the same reason you guys thought the same way that I thought. So I don't want you to think that you're doing something wrong. But there are a great deal of you guys that are doing something wrong. Let me explain. So yesterday, Friday rather, you saw that in the pre-markets, the Dow was down. The Dow was actually up in the pre-markets. Then the job data came out. Now, the job data came out twice as good. So it hit what they expected as far as job growth. It was twice as much, right? So they missed expectations. Now, in a normal market, that's supposed to be good news for the stock market, right? But since we are in a market where the Fed is continually raising interest rates and he's saying longer for higher, the one of the things that he has to do is he has to cause unemployment, right? And so he didn't. And that was a sign that the economy is yet strong. And then right behind that, the president starts touting these strong job numbers, right? Now, soon as that information came out, the market, the Dow dropped by 260 points in a second. I'm watching the pre-markets. But later on that day, we had little news that come out. The UAW, the talks are getting, it's not done, but the auto worker strike looked like they have potential deals more favorable towards GM. So if you're looking for put options, I would look at GM over Ford. But it looks like GM is more favorable, right? And so what happens? The entire market rallies, right? So it rallies. And unfortunately, if you did not have stop losses set, you probably got, whacked. For those of you that were doing options, for those of you that saw the data in the pre-market and did the right thing by doing an SQQQ, so to speak, right? So you were shorting the market or you were doing put options based on the data that came out. And then the market turns around. But the first thing I noticed was all of the talking heads on the networks started talking positive. Like, you know what? It's good this time. It was bad this time. It was bad this time. It's good this time. And talking head after talking head started talking about how this news was good for the stock market this time rather than bad. And one after another, they started talking on two of the networks. And I'm noticing this. And I said, they're going to talk this into a reversal. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I don't trust this, and I don't want to get into any conspiracies, but the UAW strike and the other news that came out that caused the market to turn around did not cause it to turn around this much, yet it rallied. Now, there's two things that you guys know, that the S&P was hitting a key level, right, of oversold. I could see that. And some would say, and it may be true, that that might have been the bottom, right, for this time period, okay? But the way that the market bounced back, I did not trust it. As it stands right now, it gave the Fed more runway to go higher or longer because it shows that inflation is starting to rear its head up, but just by the job data. And I know you can't just go by the jobs. numbers. You have to put everything into this mixing pot and to try to guess to see how things are going to happen, right? So I just wanted to line that all out. And if you understand everything or you got caught by it, just like multiple people did, leave me a comment, right? So you thought the market was going down. You did your homework. You made the right play and you got caught, right? You did the right thing. And I just want to tell you, you're not going to win 100% of the time, right? You did the right thing, but it's just the way it is. No one wins 100% of the time. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Doesn't matter who you are. No one wins 100% of the time. This is one of those times where you're caught. But I would still say be cautious because the truth will really come out. And so here's some of the things that I noticed that people are not doing correctly. And that is I just left a restaurant and he's going to see this. He watches the videos all of the time and he's trading and he's opening up multiple brokers. And he went and he clicked my link in the description below and he asked me, where do I do my options? And I told him I do it in Webull, right? So you guys know that Webull's where I do my options. And I have multiple brokers. And then he was telling me about his plays and all of that. And something told me to ask. So the average age of 27 and under, right? Let's say 30 and under. I really want you guys to hear this. Something told me to ask him this question. And my question to him was, do you have any long-term positions? And he says, no. So you have no long-term investment? He says, no. I says, how long have you been trading? About 5 years. I'm telling you guys, that's a huge mistake. And so if you lost money, right, on Friday by, shorting the market, playing the VIX, playing the Qs, or whatever, however you decided to play the market, and you only hear that, and especially for those of you that's in the Discord, if you only look at the hot plays, but when I post that, hey, I'm buying more VOO like I did here on this page and in the Patreon, and you don't like, that gets half the likes, right? But if I say, hey, I'm doing this option play, boom, everybody's on it. That's a huge mistake. And for those of you that are under 30 that's been doing this for 5 or under years, and you don't have any long-term investments, I'm telling you that's a huge mistake. Because at the end of the day, when I said I bought more VOO, I bought it in the thousands. Sometimes I'll do options in the hundreds, but I do mostly in the thousands. But I buy big chunks of the S&P 500. And I'm telling you guys, if you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a disjustice. Because if you're 27 like he was, you got time. You got more time than I have, on a natural, you got more time than I have. And so if you have time, then why not invest in the overall stock market, VTI, or the S&P 500, VOO, or whatever you want to invest in, QQQ, whatever you want to invest in, that's the overall stock market. I'm telling you that over a 10-year period, it's going to outperform 90% of you. It's going to outperform all of this trading that you're doing. And so I just want to use this as a teaching moment to let you know that when you see the market crashing like that, and I don't use the word load up, but you should be buying more of the overall stock market or the S&P 500. And so I would ask you, whether you're watching this in the Discord or whether you're watching this on the YouTube page, if you put more money into options and not in buying simply the S&P 500, I want you to reconsider how you're trading. You cannot just be a trader, like I just told this young gentleman, and not be an investor. I told him, I says, and this is a restaurant, I says, you're just eating cake. You're eating cake. You're not eating no vegetables. You're not having any starch. You're not having any protein. You're not eating any meat. You're just living on cake. And that's the way I put it to him. If you agree with me and you've been trading for a while, leave me a comment. But I will again caution you guys to beware of Tuesday. And if Tuesday's green, then we know that the market has digested this information and used that as a sign. But I'm going to say this again. I do not trust what happened on Friday, right? Leave me a comment. I'm interested to know what you guys think. So if you want to join us in the Patreon, that's going to be the second link below. And like I've been saying, we got another week of extreme volatility. So be careful, take less trades. I know, you just feel like you got to be in every day. That's not true. Every day that you don't trade, especially with options, is another day in a bad market for you to protect your money. But if you're adding to your long-term positions on the red days after they tank, that's the easiest thing to do, and concentrate more in this time frame on your long-term investments. Okay. Love you guys. Make sure you check out that. Thank you for everyone that has taken the class, and thank you for the comments that you are making about how much you are learning, because you're learning more, you're earning more, and that's what we want to accomplish. And we'll see you guys later. Live, love, laugh, and learn. We'll see you tomorrow for the inspirational.